hopefully you can hear me now. If you didn't before, maybe I'll repeat it again. Yeah, I was just on the main channel of the main page of YouTube. I saw this video there. I thought he was going to do some sort of expose of the Vatican, the Roman Catholic so-called church, the Babylon Hall. In the first 2 minutes, in less than that actually, he was already talking pap, or he was just being polite. So I'm going to go through that video a bit. I'll just move this pic down, what I use. Keep that there, that's it. Yeah, I'll just share screen. Yeah, I should have been better prepared, but there you are. So what? 15 secrets the Vatican doesn't want you to know. Well, I think there's a lot more than that. But there you go. It's on screen. I'm going to
look like the Pope.
Right, now let's just move it right to the beginning. Now, if somebody's listening, please let me know if the audio is fine. I might just turn my speaker off, because I can always do it again later. So I'm never sure how my audio is going on there. If you do pass by, just give us a thumb up or something to say that the audio is fine. My speaker, my microphone is on full volume now. It's right in my face. So I'm going to put this full screen, I think, maybe. Not just there a little bit. Now, just have a quick listen to this.
This is a map of Rome. And at its center is the Vatican City-State, an extraordinary territory considered an independent sovereign entity belonging to the Holy See. Believe it or not, the Vatican...
That place is about as holy as a pile of dog poop.
Is the smallest state in the world, with an area of 49 hectares and a population of just 453 people. The Vatican...
You'll probably guess that there's no immigrants living in there.
It is considered one of the most sacred places in the world for
Look like
Christians.
Muslims, don't
Being
they,
the
though?
greatest, most formidable historical and spiritual place, Vatican City is an incredibly influential and powerful state, despite the ridiculously small size and population. It was declared a sovereign state by the Lateran Treaty in 1929, but this city, full of architectural and artistic masterpieces, has been the center of Christendom for about...
It's not the center of Christendom. There's nothing Christian about Roman Catholicism. I was I was in Skylar Fiction's side chat. He was yakking on about stuff. He mentioned, oh yeah, he had a picture in his background with so-called Mother Teresa on. I said, well, Mother Teresa, well, I put it in the side chat. Mother Teresa is a skank artist. She's a liar, a false teacher. Skylar Fiction didn't like that. He basically defended Roman Catholicism. He tried to say, well, he did say that Roman Catholicism is Christian, and obviously that isn't a lie. So I said so. I got blocked in his side chat. I made a few of the comments. I think I might have been initially timed out, or I got some sort of warning from Guitar Dog or somebody, Mayor, somebody or other. He definitely didn't like that. But why would an atheist stick up for Catholicism and falsely describe it as being Christian? Weird. But there you go. That's atheists for you. A lot of atheists, as I've said, are ex-Catholics. Fro, the pale Galilean. He's a theistic evolutionist. I like Fro as a person. His doctrine is so-called doctrine is diabolical garbage. He got a right spanking from Redefine Living, Sam. It's on. I recorded it. Big surprise. I recorded it and it's on my channel. Just type in Flow or Redefine Living. It's tagged. You should be able to find it easily enough. If you ask me, I'll go looking for it and I'll post a link to you on my channel. Not many people bother coming, and that's okay. I'm not complaining. It's true. I mean, if I was to get 1,000 comments every day, I wouldn't be too happy. Wouldn't be happy at all. That would take some time because I'm polite enough to try and at least respond to it in some way, thumb it up, heart it, as long as it's polite. It's just my way of acknowledging. But anyway, let's listen to some more of this tosh. Roman Catholicism has never been Christian. Not even for one day. Not even for one day.
2 millennia, but the medieval Renaissance walls surrounding the Vatican like a fortress don't seem to be doing a great job of keeping all the shady secrets from spilling out. For about a century now, we've been hearing all kinds of rumors regarding the abominable practices and crimes of the Vatican. Some of these were so brutal that decades later, apologies had to be issued to the public by the Pope. There have been quite a few unsavory...
The so-called Pope. The word Pope, translated into English, means father. I will never refer to anybody as the F word. I won't do it. Never.
Incidents in this nation's past that should be addressed.
In fact, when I was in jail, I can't remember which jail it was now. I'd have to sit down and think about it because I've been to quite a lot of different jails. I think it could have been Lindholm. Trying to force me into referring to him as that. I'll have to think about that one later. No big deal.
So what exactly lies behind all the splendor and wonderment of this prestigious and privileged city? Here's an account of some sinister secrets and incredibly questionable things the Vatican has done.
Let me tell you that the age of consent has only just recently, in the last 4 or 5 years, been raised to 16. I would like to know, and obviously I believe I know the answer. Why would they even need an age of consent in the Vatican if it's supposed to be so, well, they call it holy? The age limit for the age of consent used to be 12. As you know, if you know anything about Roman Catholicism, generally speaking, you read papers, you see it. Most of their Catholic so-called priests are paedophile, and if they are not, the other so-called priests, Catholic so-called priests, know what is going on, even if they're not engaging in that activity. Child abuse. Absolutely bogged down with false teaching as well. They used to have an organisation. I'm going to type it in chat. Go and have a look. Check it out. I'll put it in capitals. Might have put too many letter T's in there. It could be just one T in that last word. But there you go. Check that out. It's an organisation that I refer to as a goat dip. What happens is a Catholic so-called priest will get accused of this, that and the other, or they will find out about it. It's coming on top. The police are on his case, blah, blah, right? So they go to this organisation called Opus Bono Sacerdote, where they get a new identity, a new passport, all the gubbins, and then they get moved on somewhere else, and then they carry on. Because they regard their so-called priest as being like another Jesus, don't they? Did you know that? Now, the person who used to be the main patron of it, I could go to this website. but they've altered it and changed it. I got on it straight away. The guy who's the main patron of it, right, I can't remember his first name, but all you have to do is Google the director of the CIA, Alan Dulles, find out his brother's name, and that guy, whose brother was the director of the CIA, was the patron of Opus Bono Sacerdote. So it's connected with CIA, blah, blah, blah. Big surprise. I think most of you probably know. So they were moving all these people. It was a couple of years ago since I went around doing it. I did hundreds and hundreds of tweets on it. Probably near 1,000 or so. Trying to expose these Catholic pigs for what they are. And I'm sure a few of the things are going to come to mind as I go through this bit of a video. But I don't think I'm going to watch all of it. I'll put a link to it in the side chat. Go check it out. I'll put it in there now. Here we go. It's coming in now. Hoping somebody turns up. I don't know if Bill will turn up. Oh, he might not notice it because I didn't. Oh, it is. Let me just check in my YouTube channel that I've made it sort of public or that it's ongoing. He might pop in. Let's have a look. I don't even remember if I've tagged it up or not. There. Now there's a picture on that, on the thumbnail for this. You'll probably only see it at the end of a video, of this video. I'm going to screen share it anyway. Right? And Google the name of that place. You may have even heard the story. I'd be surprised if you hadn't. I'll go on about that in a minute. Oh yeah, I've tagged it. Live stream. Sorry about this. I'm going to restrict the age limit. Oh yeah, I've got tags. Okay, I'll just save that. I'll allow live chat. I think I have done. Yeah, live chat replay. Sorry about that. I do apologise. Just I should have thought of this earlier. I wasn't very prepared. I'm just twiddling it. I was just twiddling my thumbs. I thought, well, I'll do that live stream, you know. Now then, let's listen to a little bit more of this.
Don't want you to find out about.
Yeah, I know.
1.
Oh, the 3 secrets of Fatima. Give me a break. Oh, yeah.
The 3 secrets of Fatima. Although these are no longer secrets.
Mystery religion. Creating a mystery. Oh, I wonder what's in that third letter. It's mystagogy. mystagogy. Mystery Babylon. They'll create these little mysteries and, you know.
The Vatican is still relatively tight-lipped about these apocalyptic visions and prophecies.
Yeah, what prophecy? I mean, it doesn't even make sense that God would prophesy, use these people to prophesy, or use these visions. So-called visions. They were demonic manifestations. The Fatima was a demonic manifestation of some sort.
Of course, significant waves in Catholic circles. But the third one has garnered considerably more attention from the masses. These prophecies were reportedly blessed by
Yeah, why
formed
did you keep
sundown.
calling them prophecies? You've got to watch out for these videos that expose or supposedly expose stuff. They'll fill your head with lies. He did doing the. I mean, I haven't even got 2 minutes in, and he's talking absolute pap about Roman Catholicism, the Vatican. This is just stupid.
In the sky. This event was reported by newspapers and was witnessed
So
by
what? It was in
thousands
the
of people.
newspaper.
However, this
So
divine visual
what?
look at. The second secret was also a vision in which the children learned how World War I was going. There were angels present under each arm of the cross, each one holding a crystal aspersorium in which they were gathering the blood of martyrs. They were sprinkling this blood on souls making their way to God. According to Catholic interpretations, these secrets were simply visions of hell, the 2 world wars, and the 20th century persecution of Christians. Evidence of extraterrestrial life. In the 17th century, select documents from the Vatican Library were moved and closed to outsiders under the orders of Pope Paul V until the year 1881. Researchers believe these archives contained explosive information that could threaten the Catholic Church doctrine. There's a lot of speculation regarding these archives containing records of extraterrestrial.
Well, I think they want to cause speculation because they want people to be interested in Roman Catholicism because they've got all the secrets. There's no need for secrets if you're a Christian. We don't need it. Thank you. Roman Catholicism is disgusting.
Interactions chronicled by the Church. A Russian professor, Genrik Ludwig, allegedly gained access to these archives. This information is not confirmed or backed by any extraterrestrial life. In 1897, Pope Stephen VI, the successor to Formosus, decided to hold this trial. This was a period marked by political instability.
A so-called Pope, the, what do they call it, disinterred his body and then put him on trial. He was dead. They will put a dead person on trial. I mean,
months after his death, many believe this trial was just a vengeful attempt against Formosus for betraying Lambert of Spoleto by inviting Arnulf of Carthinia to become emperor. This did not settle well with Pope Stephen Award. According to various sources, the corpse was stripped of its papal vestments, and Stephen cut off the 3 fingers of its right hand, used for blessings when Formosus was alive. Afterwards, his acts and ordinations were officially invalidated. The body was. There are a few accounts of his body washing up on the 7, and Pope Theodore II soon annulled the Cadaver Synod. A television program called The Untouched, a discussion with Cardinal Claudio Scarpelletti, a computer specialist at the Secretariat of State, with the 2 aides. The Pope later pardoned them. Number 5, Vatican's own exorcist army. Even today, despite being a controversial procedure, often considered overly sensational and at times abusive.
Of course it will be.
Pope Francis
These people worship the dead. It's what they do. They offer up prayers, so-called, to dead people. Fro, the pale Galilean, does that. He did that during a so-called exorcism on a certain person's channel in California. Linda Edmondson was on there. Fro, now called the pale Galilean, was on there. Fro admitted to saying so-called prayers to an angel during that so-called exorcism. So, ask him. I'd like to hear him deny it. Ask Linda. I would like to hear her deny that. I was there. I should have recorded it. It never occurred to me. I wasn't sort of in that attitude, if you know what I mean. Someone else did. P. Mars did, actually. I got it off him. I could have recorded it because it wasn't my habit at the time, really. And oh yeah, who else was in that exorcism? Candace, heaven rules all. I personally find her I did refer to her as a Jezebel. I think I stand by that. I don't know what's changed since then. And that was, how long ago was it now that so-called exorcism took place? She was in that studio with, you know who from California, apparently speaking in tongues. But I noticed her, and I'm not blaming Dave for it, I've got a screenshot of it. In fact, I'll show you now so that, I'll go to my images thingy. Where is it? Is this it? No. Can't remember where to put it. I might have deleted it out of niceness. Is that it? Got it somewhere. I might even upload it now. Just remind me. Oh, there it is. This is it here. Allow me to read it. This was only like 4 or 5 days ago. So Heaven Rules All. This is Candy. She was in that so-called exorcism. Hi, Dave. I wrote you. Obviously, she sent him an email. She fell under a romance scam, and now I need to pay $3,000 in 3 months. And blah blah. I would not give her 1 penny. I can't remember why I called. Oh yeah, because Rob Rowe, Sentinel Apologetics, was in Smokey's studio. She said, "Oh Rob, do I look pretty?" And I thought, and she was flashing her you-know-what. So I referred to her as a Jezebel. She didn't like it. Obviously, she wouldn't do. Why would she? And she made a few of the comments. I've got screenshots of them all. Most of them, I could make a whole video out of it. But anyway, let's carry on with this book.
That these 14 books were only valuable for instruction but non-canonical. We only have 66 of these. The missing Bible books are called the Apocrypha, which means...
They're not missing Bible books. They just don't belong in there. They are not scripture. See what I mean about these people?
There are quite a few theories books were released, knowing that there is allegedly written evidence of this wild rumor. A manuscript from the 6th century is considered proof of this theory. It was translated from Greek to the ancient language of Syriac, and during this translation, the story of Jesus Christ's marriage was discovered. However, this was claimed that Mary Magdalene was the daughter of the tribunal of clothing and sexual activity with a priest known as Ratlines.
Yeah, Hitler was a big supporter of the Vatican. Pope, so-called Pope Pius XII, made a concordat with Hitler. Hitler was funded by American banking. Prescott Bush. There's a few of the stories, and they're not stories, I think they can be backed up quite safely, about what happened to German prisoners. Returning from World War II, they were put in a prison camp in what they call, Rhine meadows. Some meadows alongside the River Rhine. And they were kept prisoner there. And they were basically left to starve to death. Thousands and thousands of them. Probably a heck of a lot more. In fact, I would say that abortion, USA, was another Vatican genocide, a Vatican Inquisition. Because most Roman Catholics, if you know anything about them, they would absolutely be abhorrent of abortion, which is fine, I am. I don't like it. But the Vatican knew perfectly well that most Catholics wouldn't abort the babies. Protestants and others outside of Catholicism possibly would, because of the corruptness of society. But do you know who got abortion in the USA legalized? A person called Robert Drinan. I'm going to type that in there. Robert Drinan, a Jesuit. Oh, let me caps lock on. I'll leave it on and then I'll just put it in. Robert Dryden. Okay, now, I don't know if I'm going to play more of this. I'll put the link in again. But yeah.
This wasn't a thoroughly structured system. It was...
Oh, another thing. Beg your pardon. Stalin went to a Jesuit school, a Jesuit university. I think he was there about 2 years. So was Donald Trump. So was Biden. America, USA, is essentially run by the Vatican, by the Jesuits. It is now. There was a point in time in USA when, in certain states anyway, no Jesuits were allowed in and no Catholics were allowed in. They weren't allowed to build Catholic so-called churches in some states in the USA years ago. The Bible has been booted out of schools in the USA. It has in this country. They used to have what they call, I shared it with Chris the other day. They still have it, I think, maybe. Fallow law, F-A-L-L-O-U-X, laws, L-A-W-S. Go Google it. In France, they made it a law, mandatory, that only Catholic teaching was allowed in schools in France. Why would they do that? Couldn't possibly, think of any reason why. Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing that. I don't link to much more of that stuff. Frankly, I put the link in there. Be careful, by the way, when you're talking to Roman Catholics. They will use, generally, biblical terminology. But be very careful to make sure that you ask them what they mean by that terminology. Get them to define terms. You will quickly find that they do not interpret that terminology in the same way as you would biblically. Redemption, salvation, who can be saved, and this, that, and the other. In fact, according to Fro, the Pale Galilean, if you're not a Roman Catholic, you're going to hell. You're going to burn. What an absolute cheek. Now, I've got some images I want to share here with you. This is an interesting book to get. You can find it online, free. You can get the PDF for it, free. Easy enough. Just type in Secret History of the Jesuits, PDF, and you'll find that. And there are other books on the Jesuits. Have a look at this. This is the thumbnail image for this video. I'll just hide that. Well, I don't suppose it matters. I'll leave that there. That is a place called Tuam in Ireland. Tuam, Ireland. Ireland. they found 600 remains of babies in a septic tank at this Roman Catholic laundry. I think they call it Magdalen Laundries. Do you mean, just think about that? I mean, it doesn't bear thinking about, but 600 remains of babies found in a septic tank of all things. Wow. Yeah. The Roman Catholic Church is indeed, so-called church, is indeed the Babylon whore. It's a congregation of demons, really, evil spirits. And there's the thing about the Easter Vigil where they say that Satan is apparently, according to the Catholics, the brother of Jesus, which is just not true. Jesus is no brother to Lucifer. And I did translate from the Latin. I used a few different apps to do it and cross-check it and double-check it. You know what I mean? This is how morbid Catholics are. This is a bone chapel where they put the bones of, I don't know, I'm assuming dead so-called Catholics. They might call them saints, or these might be dead Catholic priests' bones and stuff. But this is how morbid Roman Catholicism is. They love death. Go to, is it Psalms or Proverbs? Yeah, Psalms, I think. Right, let's have another look. There's some weird stuff these Catholics do. Really insane, a lot of it. Need I say more? Really? Need I say more? Now this is sickening, this. And Flo, the pale Galilean, when he saw it, I thought, oh, Struth, he's gonna crack one off over it. Obviously, I put those lines through to disfigure the image. That is in a that is in a Catholic so-called church in, I think it's Boston, Chicago. This is the proper image of it. Not difficult to find. Just type in, when you do your Google search on images, Catholic Mary Ark, because that's what Fro says Mary is, the Ark of the Covenant, which is absolute balderdash, disgusting stuff. Fro, I think, is sort of borderline insane. Now then, I've got another image here somewhere. Oh, that's it. I was going to do the video longer. Be careful when you're talking to Catholics. Be careful when you're talking to Jamie Russell, Seventh-day Adventist. He will get you to agree with quite a few things that he says, and then he'll throw a sidewinder at you. He will do everything he can to conflate you with him. It's one of the reasons I don't go in studios now. Jamie is going to be having a debate with Standing for Truth. I don't know if that's actually going to take place or not. I'd be surprised if it does take place, I would not be surprised if Jamie Russell didn't actually turn up. But it's no concern of mine. I don't care. Standing for Truth channel doesn't mean anything to me. Right, I think I'm going to go now. Unless somebody who's listening wants to come in, you can do. Some people won't be able to because they're blocked permanently. I don't want people in me studio. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to play some music and then I'm going. If you make a comment before the music ends, I'll wait 10 or 20 seconds after the music ends and then I'm gone. I'm willing to put an invitation link into the comments. Right, here we go. I'm going to get me little clouds of doom, I think. Last 1 minute, so you've got about that long. If you come in and you want a conversation of some sort, you're more than welcome. In fact, I'll play this first because that only lasts a minute. And then I'll play me clouds of doom. I'll just put this other stupid comment up there. I think he actually still stands by that statement, layman's something to read. That's up to him. I absolutely disagree with that statement there. Yeah, you like to be dirty and haphazard, don't you? It's your style and you like it. So now it's cost you $3,000 to be paid within 3 months, and you actually expect other people to pay for that? Are you kidding? You get involved in, what did you call it now? I can't find it. Oh, there it is. You get involved in a romance scam, and now I need to pay 3,000 blah blah. Where is your discernment that you seem to have been so proud of? You see on your profile on YouTube, Candice? On your profile on YouTube, Candice, you describe yourself as having been involved in SRA, satanic ritual abuse. That's unfortunate. But you also describe yourself as spiritual police, don't you? So how come you fell under a romance scam and now it's going to cost everybody else apparently $3,000? You wouldn't get 3 pence from me on that. No sympathy. I can't empathise with that. So there you go. Don't deny it, by the way. Screenshot it. That's obviously News Unit's channel. I don't know if he saw your comment. I sincerely hope and pray that he's not. I don't think he's stupid enough to, but I hope he doesn't pay any of it. Not even a penny. Not even a lead nickel. There. Beg your pardon. Anyway, I'm going to go. It's your style and you like it. You pay for it then. Don't come round asking other people to pay for your romance scam, especially when you posit you've got all that discernment, you're spiritual police. True. Women, hard work. They make all the mistakes. right? And they expect everybody else to pay for it. That sounds sort of reminiscent of a certain garden somewhere. What do you think? Things seems to have changed, on Praise's channel. They were all, it was better organised. No dumpster fire. You can always have a dumpster fire behind the scenes at the end of the stream. If there's issues need sorting out and people are getting angry, just end the stream, put the link out there, get them all in, blah, blah, shout it out. And once you've got the anger over and done with, right, and you can come to some sort of understanding from Scripture, fine. And then you can always get another stream ready. I mean, it takes 2 minutes. And then proceed. It's up to you, doesn't affect me. Oh yeah, Ben. Oh, Ben. He's upset Kevin now, along with Linda. This isn't Coronation Street on my channel. I'm not, it's just Kevin was on Praise I Am's scene, so it doesn't surprise me. P-Mars calling him names. Nothing unusual there, seriously. Because P-Mars does that. He'll type comments in the side chat using the N-word. He's a very provocative guy. I see him on Clubhouse as well. He seems more sensible on there. But on YouTube, I think he's, I don't know. I was going to post this. But anyway, that's the thumbnail. That's that place in Ireland called Tuam. T-U-A-M. Just type in your Google or whatever search engine. T-U-A-M, Tuam, one word, Ireland. 600 babies. You get hundreds of articles coming up. I also mentioned Opus Bono Sacerdote. I'm not 100% sure if I got the spelling right. I think it might be one T in that third word. But if you can't find all the info on their website, go to Wayback Machine. I think it's opusbonosacerdote.com. It could be .org, I can't remember. Google Robert Drinan concerning abortion, USA. Robert Drinan was Jesuit. Or Robert Drinan SJ, type that in. It'll come up. Okay. Yeah, Opus Bono Sacerdote. Goat dip. Now I'm going to end now. I can see one person is watching. Be nice to know what the audio's like. Just give us a thumb up, tell me if it's rubbish or not. That's it, I'm going to go in about 2 minutes. I might not even bother playing my outro so I can put these images up. Yeah, this is what I think of that image. I'm going in about 2 minutes. That one lasts a minute, that's 2:40. I'll play a part of this and then I'm going. After play me cloud soon. Make a comment. I'm putting in my image. one more minute and then I'm going.